Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online, LL League Football. Here we go. Welcome into the Huddle podcast brought to you by Auto House of Lancaster. Week 2 LL Football, Week 1 finally in the books. Wow, we made it. You wait all summer for Week 1 to get here. And wow, and it's over and it's done and it's tucked away neatly. And here we are at Week 2, and Week 2 starts early. Don't forget, 4 Thursday games. A bunch of teams getting the jump on the Labor Day holiday coming up. This has become a popular fad here, playing Thursday the week before Labor Day. One Saturday game, so 28 games. It's the Week 2 card. 28 games coming up. A lot going on, so let's roll through them real quick. I'll give you a notable and a pick for Week 2 LL football. Drum roll, please. Thursday night games. Hanover at Anvil Cleona. Big doings at Anvil. They were unveiling their refurbished stadium, new press box. Wink, wink. Looking forward to seeing that. I think they have like a new field house, locker room kind of set up there. So anxious to make a trip to Anvil here soon and see all of their new stuff. They're playing their first game in their new look stadium against the Nighthawks. I have Anvil circled. Tough loss last week, 39-36 at Biglerville. Jonathan Shea ran wild. LL best 224 yards rushing. I think Anvil christens its new stadium here with a W. So I'll go Dutchman over Nighthawks. Here's a big game. Central York at Manheim Township. Boy, is that any good? A couple of 1-0 teams here. District playoff, 6A caliber teams. Township's been in the finals the last couple of years. Central York was 11-0 last year before losing to Harrisburg in the semifinals. Central York beat Central Dauphin 47-0 in Week 1. That opened some eyes, and Township beat Cumberland Valley by 4 touchdowns. So good start for both teams. I have Manheim Township circled. Home game for the Streaks. Central York's going to be tough. This is a huge game, and it's going to be close. But I'll ride the Streaks at home. Township over Central York. I will see you Thursday night in Neffsville. Conrad Weiser at Elko, next door neighbors, right there on the Berks County, Lebanon County line. I have Weiser circled. Good start for the Scouts. They beat Abington by a couple of touchdowns. Rough start for Elko. Lost to West York, 33-6. Not sure I saw that one coming, but West York is improved, I was told. Look out for the Bulldogs. I have Weiser circled. I'll ride the hot team. A lot of that with the picks this week. Scouts over Raiders. Last game, Thursday night. This is an 8 o'clock start. I'm not sure why, but it came across the wire yesterday. Schuylkill Valley will host Daniel Boone, Allbergs County Clash. Former longtime rivals. First time they've met in 19 years, I want to say. 8 o'clock start in Leesport. Both teams coming up losses. Boone was shut out by Exeter in the Pig Iron Bowl. And Schuylkill Valley lost to Muhlenberg. Huge win for the Mules in Week 1. They beat Schuylkill Valley 29-20 in Laureldale. Home opener here for Schuylkill Valley. I have the Panthers circled. I think they get the bounce back. Schuylkill Valley over Boone. Friday games. Let's start with this one. Why am missing at Haverford? The Fords. That's a 2 o'clock start on Friday. Not sure why. Getting an early jump on the weekend, but 2 p.m. kick. YO at Haverford. YO coming off a big win over Southern Columbia. Seven-time reigning state champ. I know they got kind of cleaned out by graduation. Had some kids back. And YO took care of them. Beat them fair and square at YO on Saturday afternoon. 4 touchdown runs for Justice Hardy. Great start for YO. Nice little statement win out of the chute. So I'll ride the Spartans here. YO over Haverford, 2 p.m. kick. Dallastown at Penn Manor. Saw the Comets last week. Shut out by CV. Buckskins played great. 35-zip. Comets kind of back at the drawing board here. Minus 12 rushing yards in Week 1. Didn't see that coming. They get a Dallastown team that beat Hempfield kind of handily, and the Wildcats can go up top and throw the ball around. I'll go Dallastown here. Wildcats over Comets. Interesting game here. Plymouth Whitemarsh at Wilson. Good start for the Bulldogs. They beat Cheltenham 28-20. Maddox Gruber, successful debut under center. Played well. P-Dub. They're pretty good. District 1 won a District 1 playoff game last year, won 9 games last year, and won their opener. This was my tough game to pick of the week, and it's in the column. You can read all about it. I have P-Dub circled. Colonials over Bulldogs in West Lawn. Kennett at E-Town. Bears get their first game at New Look Thompson Field. Turf, field house, cool stuff. Anxious to see that. Kennett playing its first game of the season. They did not have a week 1 game. So first game for the Blue Devils. I have E-Town circled. They've played. They have Mo. I know they lost, but hung tough with Cocalico. But they have 4 quarters under their belts. Kennett doesn't. Bears over Blue Demons. Big game. Alert. Circle it. Mannheim Central 1-0 at Ephrata 1-0. Barons, kind of a goofy game with West Philadelphia. Central led that game 4-0 at one point on 2 safeties. I kept looking at that on the Twitter, and I'm like, "Is that say 4-0?" Yeah, it was 4-0. It reminded me of that Penn State game a couple years back. That 6-4 game. Barons win 24-8. Played good D, as we thought they would. Ephrata, good start, beat Red Lion 35-14. Caleb Grant, pass for 200, rush for 100. He was fabulous. Great game here. First time the Barons and the Mounts will play since 2017. Central's won 16 in a row. I have the Barons circled. I think they find a way here. This defense is going to be pretty gnarly. Ephrata looked good in week 1. But I think Central's D can find a way. Barons over Mounts. All right, next up, interesting game. Sealands Grove at Twin Valley. Seals Raiders. Oh my. Twin Valley, great start. Put up 40 plus and beat Berks Catholic. Evan Myers passed for 200, rushed for 100. Raiders looked really good. Sealands Grove beat Juniata in their opener 14-6. Only gave up 11 rushing yards. Sealands Grove was 13-0 last year before losing to Aliquippa in the state semifinals. Lost a bunch of kids, but a good nucleus back coming off a win. I have Twin Valley circled. They're at home. Big line. A lot of O weapons. And I've been saying, watch out for Twin Valley. I think they can do some things. So I don't want to say put up or shut up time. It's a non-league game in week 2, but this would be kind of a statement win here for TV if they can win. And I think they can. Love their offense and their line. I'll go Raiders over Seals. York at Hempfield. I think Hempfield would love another crack at week 1. They lose to Dallastown. York also coming off a loss. These teams have played the last couple of years. They kept this non-league in this coming cycle here too. I have York circled. Looks like Hempfield's still trying to figure out some things. So I'll go Bearcats over Knights. Jenkintown, the Drakes at Pequay Valley. Great start for Pequay Valley. Oh my goodness. They beat Renaissance Academy Charter 49-0 last week. It was 49-0 at half. Braves D flexing its muscles. Minus 48 rushing yards and minus 55 total yards for Renaissance. So, wow. Have a start, Pequay Valley. Number 1 defense in the league. They've given up minus 55 yards. That's pretty awesome. Drake's also 1-0 early. I have Pequay Valley circled. I said earlier this month, don't be surprised if Pequay Valley is 3-0. They're 1-0. Can they go to 2-0? I think so. Braves over Drakes. Boyertown at Exeter. Shout out to Jamie Sands, former Wilson standout player back in the day, longtime assistant coach in the league for Township, for Wilson. Great guy. Thought he was going to get the Lebanon job earlier in the year. Didn't happen. He got the job at Boyertown. First-year coach Jamie Sands with the Bears. Nice going, dude. They get a tough Exeter team. Wow. Eagles rolled Boone in the opener, 36 zip. Martinez was great, 175 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Sandier rushed for 145 and a score. Pick your poison with Exeter. They're good. Eagles over Bears. Governor Mifflin at Perkiomen Valley. Good start for Mifflin, 35-0 over Pleasant Valley last week. Pitched a shutout. Grady Garner 4 touchdown runs. And they did it minus their coach. Nick Morrissey will also be out this week, serving a 2-game suspension, but he'll be back soon. Tricky trip to Collegeville. Perk Valley's good. The Vikings, I know they lost in week 1, but it was to Chester, and Chester's really good in District 1, and it was 19-14. I'll go home team. Love what Mifflin did, but I have Perk Valley circled. Vikings over Mustangs. Lebanon at Garden Spot. We could spend a half an hour on the Garden Spot game. 71-64 last week against Notre Dame Green Pond. Notre Dame's quarterback Matt Bodner passed for 600 yards and 7 touchdowns. What? And they put up 71 and withstood Garden Spot somehow that scored 64 and didn't win. Holy moly. A.J. Hurst passed for 450 and 6 touchdowns for Garden Spot. Oh, my. Lebanon falls to Palmyra in their opener 40-8. The losing streak is at 33. And a tough one here. They got to go to New Holland against a team that, wow, can get the ball up and down the field quickly. Spartans over Cedars. Cocalico at New Oxford. This is a sneaky good game. Good start for Cocalico, 28-14 over E-Town. Josh Meyer, touchdown run, touchdown pass. New Oxford is a good team. They were in the 5A bracket last year with Cocalico. They didn't play them, but they were a playoff team. Colonials are tough, and they're home here, but I'll go Cocalico. I think they're going to start building some mo here. A lot of new O-line kids, I know, but a good start, and they're just such a tricky out right now. So I'm going to go Eagles. Cocalico over New Oxford. Fleetwood at Upper Perkiomen. Fleetwood, good start, really good start. Jason Peshin rushed for 170 plus and a touchdown. Tristan McFarland had a pick 6 and a touchdown. They beat Kutztown in the Hall of Fame game. Tricky trip to Upper Perk, but I have Fleetwood circled. I like their mo, and they better win now because Section 3 is going to be a grinder. Fleetwood over Upper Perk. Salanco at Octorara. Interesting game. Octorara, great start. Beat Hamburg 30-7 on the road. Held Hamburg to under 150 yards, only 70 through the air with Tyler Shuey, who can really wing it. So great start for the Braves. That's just what the doctor ordered for them. They needed that. Now they get Salanco, lost to LS in the Milk Jug, still rush for a bunch of yards. They're going to have some bruisers up front, probably more kids and some size. So I had the Mules circled. Love the start, Octorara, but I'll go Mules here. Salanco over Octorara. Warwick at LS. As mentioned, LS wins the Milk Jug 35-9. Caleb House, great start. Rush for 160 and a couple of scores. Don Brown rushed for 150 and a couple of scores. LS played really well in Coreyville, so they got the Milk Jug back. Warwick mustered just a field goal against Avon Grove. They fall 12-3. So they're kind of back at the drawing board. They're going to muster some O here against an LS team. Feeling good with the Milk Jug back in the case. Pioneers over Warriors. Fun game here. Columbia at Donegal. And somebody mentioned a month or two ago, hey, I think they might be playing for a trophy in this game. And then I forgot about it. And then it came around this week, and here they are playing for a trophy in this game. Battle for the Rock. Named after Chickies Rock, obviously, which separates the school districts up over the hill. So Columbia at Donegal on Friday with a trophy up for grabs. They're doing a bunch of fun stuff this week with the communities. The kids are getting together and playing games. They're having like a community night here midweek, and everybody's kind of getting together and breaking bread and having a good time. And then it all culminates with the game on Friday. Moving forward, Columbia, tough start. Had under 100 yards and a loss to Eastern York. Donegal, tough one, led in the 4th. Middletown comes all the way back, ties it, and wins it in OT. Ouch. I have Donegal circled. They did some stuff shoulda, coulda won on the road in their opener. Leland Bachman had a huge game on the ground. So we'll go Indians here. Enjoy the battle for the Rock. Donegal over Columbia. Big game alert. McCaskey at Conestoga Valley. As luck would have it, I covered both their games in week 1. CV looked really good. Jaden Johnson returns the opening kickoff of the season, 95 yards for a touchdown. Boom. Bucks beat Penn Manor 35-zip. Sawyer Espenshade was great. 3 touchdown passes. He was as advertised. Saturday, I saw McCaskey in Philly. They beat Bartram, put up 40+. Cinchon, 4 touchdown passes. Ramos, 3 touchdown catches. McCaskey played really well against the Bartram team that just tried to drain the clock and play keep away. But anytime McCaskey got the ball back, they were great. DeAndre Jones had a big game too. He had a touchdown and a couple of picks. I have the Bucks circled. They're at home. I'll go home team. This could be really good. If both teams played like they played last week, this could be a really super game, but I'll go CV at home. Don't miss this one. Bucks over Tornado. Lancaster Catholic at Delone Catholic. Great start for Catholic. They beat the District 3 2A champ Camp Hill last week. Brandon Way goes for 188 and 3 touchdowns. Hegner takes a kick back for a touchdown. By the way, there were 7 kick return touchdowns in the LL last week. 7. That's a cool stat. Got to go over to McSherrystown, enjoy that bus ride. But I'm going to ride Catholic here. This Brandon Way kid's really good. He's tough to stop, and Catholic has some weapons. So I'll go Crusaders over Squires. Hamburg at Midwest. That's MIDD, Midwest. Tough start for Hamburg, as mentioned. They lose to Octorara 30-7. Midwest has lost 19 in a row, and 8 of their last 11 games they've been shut out. And they lost 41-0 last week. So I'll go Hamburg here. I think the Hawks get back on track and find their air attack. Hamburg over Midwest. Berks Catholic at Executive Education. That game's at Muhlenberg College up in District 11 range, Lehigh Valley. Berks Catholic played Twin Valley, so they've seen a really good team here already. And they'll get another one in Executive Education, which has been a state-ranked team over the years. I think this is their 4th or 5th year of football, and they kind of hit the ground running. They've been good from the jump. Berks beat them last year. I don't know about this year. I have Executive circled. Raptors over Saints. Okay, I can see the finish line. A couple more Friday night games. Northern Lebanon at Oxford. Vikings and Hornets. Oh, my. Good win for Northern Lebanon. They shut out Pine Grove 10-0. Miles Watson goes for 200 yards. Hello. Good start for them. Oxford, the Hornets out of District 1. Don't know why or how, but I have Oxford circled. I'm going to go home team there. Great start for the Vikings. We'll see if they can make it 2-0 and shove that in my face. But I'll go Oxford over Northern Lebanon. Muhlenberg at Reading, Battle of the Border Trophy. There's a lot of trophies this week. Great start for Muhlenberg. Wow. Beat Schuylkill Valley last week. Freddie Lacey, pick 6 touchdown and a kick return touchdown. Michael Miller rushed for 100+. Rob Flowers in his first game as Muhlenberg coach. Boom. Mules win, hit the ground running on their new turf field. What a start for them. Reading gave up 40+ against Phoenixville, but it's a trophy game, and Reading's at home, and this is a nice rivalry, and this should be a really good game. I have Muhlenberg circled, as mentioned earlier. I'm riding hot hands this week, so I'll ride the Mules. Muhlenberg over Reading. Last Friday night game, Spring Grove Rockets at Cedar Crest. Great start for Crest. Wow. Isaiah Zimmerman goes for 200+ on the ground and a couple of touchdowns. And Crest put up 40+ and beat Lower Dolphin. Wow. Great start for the Falcons. Spring Grove quarterback passed for 300+ last week against Northern York. So Crest is going to have to defend up top. D-backs beware. I have Crest circled. Riding hot hands in week 2, and Cedar Crest has some hot hands. So I'll go Falcons over Rockets. One Saturday game to cap it, Kutztown at York Tech. Kutztown falls to Fleetwood in the Hall of Fame game, but did some things. They were minus a running back or 2, but still put up some yards, scored some points, finished some drives. York Tech coming off a 2-point loss. I have Kutztown circled. I think they're going to have enough weapons here on the ground. We'll see if they get some kids healthy to do some things. Sensing a grinded out kind of game there, but I'm going to go Cougars on the road. Kutztown over York Tech. Week 2 winners: Anvil, Cleona, Manheim Township, Weiser, Schuylkill Valley, YO, Dallas Town, P-Dub, E-Town, Central, Twin Valley, York, Pequea Valley, Exeter, Perk Valley, Garden Spot, Cocalico, Fleetwood, Solanco, LS, Donegal, CV Bucks, Catholic, Hamburg, Executive Education, Oxford, Muhlenberg, Cedar Crest, and Kutztown. If you keep track of such things, I was 19-10 in the week 1 picks. Not great. Not great. 28 games this week, 4 on Thursday. I will see you at Central York at Manheim Township. Friday, I will see you at Manheim Central at Ephrata. Those should be great. A couple of trophy games. Enjoy those. I'll catch you back here for week 3. We're flying here, gang. 1 down with week 2 on deck. It's the Huddle, LA League Football Podcast, sponsored this season by Auto House of Lancaster. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you guys soon.